shall I say, it wasn't a happy childhood. My mom worked morning and she worked evenings, which left us uncovered, and a lot of things happened. I can remember her leaving us under the care of my neighbor next door. He used to tell me all the time that I had big, pretty legs, you know. And I can remember him asking me, "Won't you let me touch you?" And when he did, you know, he gave me money, and there was a store up the street, and I went up and got candy. Then there came a time where he said that, you know, "I want you to let Louis lay on top of you." And I did. From there, the spiral began. By the time I reached the age of 13, I had a baby myself. And my mother got very angry. She had a boyfriend. I remember the boyfriend making advances at me, and instead of her dismissing him, she dismissed me. I ran into this guy. We got together, and I felt like he would take care of me and my son. I allowed certain things to happen. He hit me, you know, he put guns to my head. Surely he took care of us, but it came with a big price. These men were like 50s, 60s. She would ask me, "Well, how much money did they give you? Did he give you some money?" And I would tell her, "Yeah, you need to give it here," you know, so I would give it to her. I ran into this guy. He took me in, and he fed me drugs, crack cocaine. My son, he's seen all of this. I was very angry. I had 13 assault cases. I was sick of everything. It just really didn't matter. You know, I needed money to survive. I remembered how, you know, I went out with the older men. It was just how they would give me money. Crazy. This is the way I lived my life. Men were the way that I bought my food, the way that I paid my rent. It just had gotten so bad. The street and men is all I knew. It got worse and worse. I didn't know anything else but to go to the street. Not only support my habit, but to make sure my son ate. And I remember walking into a Dairy Queen, and I asked him to feed my baby. And the lady told me, she said, "Anytime your baby's hungry, you bring him here and I'll feed him." I knew I had to do something to get my son up off the streets. You know, I would pray, literally pray, when I was out there. I remember going to get the drugs, doing what I had to do, prostitution, getting the money, coming back, getting the motel room, throwing the drugs on the bed, and asking God, please help me. After I got through praying, I would pick the drugs up and just continue to use. It came a point where I was just tired. I was so tired of my life. I was so tired of hurting. I was so tired. I knew they had a warrant for my arrest, you know. And I asked the lady behind the desk, I said, "Don't you have a warrant for my arrest?" And she looked at me and started laughing. I said, "I just want to turn myself in." She said, "Baby, I can't find the warrant." I said, "No, the warrant is there. It's there. In my mind, you say, "You got this hot $20. You might as well go on back out this door and go on and get you another hit and just go on." They can't even find a warrant. But something inside of me said, "Just sit there." I sat there. And she said, "Baby, I found it." I said, "Thank you, Lord. Thank you." And you know, I told God, I can't even see the time that they're talking about. I can't even see 25 to life. But God, whatever you do, I don't want to go back out here the same way I came in. Please help me. And I remember that's when my life began to change. That's when I surrendered. because I didn't know nothing else to do. They had church down there. Church, I didn't do church. But just to get out of the dorm with all those women, I went to church. I began to hear what the pastor was saying. How so many times when we're when we've been through so much in our life, it becomes a cover, and it covers our souls, you know, and our souls begin to be it's just dark because there's so much that is covering our souls. But he said what the Spirit of God does and the Word of God does, it comes in and it begins to peel back the covers. And what happens is your soul begins to get light, and you begin to gain strength where you can live. And when he said that, I said, God, this is what's happening. I thank you, Jesus. I thank you, Jesus. I knew I had to change, but I didn't know how to change. And God, through his word, began to teach me how to change. I said, God, if you are God, and if you're the God that they say you are, then God, change me. Change me. And he did just that. He changed my life. My name is Karen, and I am second.